at the same time, we get Avenge mid. Like, I have a new hero to play mid. Let's go. Like, I want to see it.
Are you going to be playing it mid after this?
Of course. Like,
on the Steam Deck.
Okay, not on the Steam Deck. Come on. I stopped. I've reformed. Like, Steam Deck, it was good. I had high hopes, but I just don't practice often enough to make it work properly. You know what's the weirdest thing? I played better on Steam Deck the first few days than the last few.
It's why do you think that was? Was it like you just didn't really know what to look out for?
Because I learned way too many things, and then I got confused by the end of it. Like my brain was boiling, like I couldn't handle. Like the controls were like, okay, I need to go in, because I started buying actual items, not just bracers, you know. And then you go in, by the time you use all your items, all your spells, I get an aneurysm already.
You're not giga-brained.
Exactly, I'm just not 5-head.
You're big-brained, but not giga-brained.
Well.
But, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see this Venge over mid. I forgot the train of thought that I wanted to go on, but, oh, yeah. I think Emo plays with a massive chip on his shoulder. And I say that because of what happened. Like, I think the timeline of events where he was like, I'm the best mid, come at me, goes, and that was after the Singapore Major when he threw the question mark up, but then they went straight to Division 2 and stayed there for a little bit. Like that, I feel like IG have been like wanting to prove themselves, or well, Emo in particular has been wanting to prove himself pretty much like 1,000% to the point where he puts himself in these weird style drafts. But also IG is a team that, like, when you've got the 1-2 that can kind of swap between mid and safe lane, you can have that available to you.
No, for sure. I completely agree with you. And it's not like, you know, sometimes you get this feeling, you see a player, he drops into Division 2 and you're like, okay, I'm going to be kind of rude here, but you feel like, yeah, that's kind of, that's where you belong.
Holy base.
But I swear Emo is not one of those. I never felt that way. He just surprises you. He can play, like, they stayed in Division 2 for a long time. It's not like he was playing his best Dota, right? Like, it looked kind of bad at times, but every now and then, every week, at least one game, you're like, damn, right? This is why he won the major. Yeah. This is why he went from 0-2 to 3-2. The reverse sweep.
It also, to me, had to do with the fact that, you know, you have him on this squad that isn't the same IG that he went down there with. He now had to play with QIQX. He's got Dust, and instead of Fly. Like, going from Fly, JT, and sorry, I'm blanking on the other two, the supports, because, you know, supports don't matter. Just going from those players to what he has now, like, that's shell shock too. Like,
wait,
he's the veteran.
Come on, he had. You mean when he won the major, he had Kaka and he had who was the other one? Can't remember.
It was Kaka and Ali. So
yeah, exactly.
It's kind of shell shock to go from that to like Dust, QIQX, who was a major player in the iG.V days, and it's just like he kind of has to be that veteran and lead while also trying to prove himself based on how he feels his performance and who he is in the professional scene is.
No, that's 100% true, and you kind of had all of your focus on your individual gameplay then, right? And then suddenly you actually have to control the team. It's not easy. Like some players are born to be able to do that, but it's never easy. Like,
no, not at all.
What's happening on this lane, by the way? We've been trash talking and, you know,
well, you know, it's
going
not
through history, but 22 PA right now, the lane is looking really damn strong for her.
Yeah, that's a lot of good CS. And then there was also a cheeky move by PYW over bottom. Summer was trying to grab the Lotus, and PYW had that flame break, making sure he could throw it out and secure that Lotus. It's not exactly been the easiest lane down here either for them. He's only got 12 CS.
Yeah, and it's an alchemist, right? So he will find his farm very soon. He's a strong laner. Even with Silencer, I think this lane is pretty damn solid. They just did... I'm not sure. They just... I think Silencer was a little bit late to the lane, and that already set things up a little bit different. Just not being there the same moment as the lane starts completely messes things up for you.
Look at the CS difference between Dust and Gone, too. Like, this is a significant amount. Like, 25-6 to the 15-1 of this Ember. Top lane, though, now they're going to go for QIQX. They'll drop down the Tombstone. The attention's on a Dolme, but he'll be able to escape. The artist formerly known as Guevara. Tombstone's not going to be taken for any money either.
It's magic. It's magic wand galore on top lane, right? Like you're getting just so much value on Beastmaster and DQQ that it's very unlikely that they will die. But I know, cameraman, you can go back mid at least for a bit because this is a trashing that's happening. 27 versus 15. Gan, yeah, I feel you, bro. That's my position usually on mid lane. Run back to the fountain.
Thinking that you're not getting a gank from your supports, or is it just you stay silent?
Just me running, you know, exercising. I love to exercise, so I run back to the fountain every now and then.
Don't I?
Cardio, that's it. Vengeful, by the way, of course. You have Wave of Terror. You have Magic Missile spam.
Charged up, looking for the TP. First blood going to be had here for PYW. And should trade PYW? No, Summer just continues to run. Doesn't want to turn and go for a right click. Had stun in a second if maybe he was looking to fight, but instead allows PYW to just kind of skirt on out.
No, that's too dangerous, right? Like going for that path would be...
But Zeal just goes in. Look at this.
I think he's going to...
Zeal's just going to run him down. Right clicks on him, chasing him all the way to the trees, and gets a kill with no help around him. That's insane. And now they've got to swap because he's level 6. Sleight of Fist was used. QIQX is here. Stuns on him with the Wave of Terror already used. And that's 3 kills in 3 different places on the map.
And they get the bottle. They get the rune control. PYW was there on the bottom lane. They get some luck. Now Dust has a rune as well. This Ember, he's going to TP back in. He still needs like a quarter to get to level 6.
Oh my
They can take him down again. If they remain, if they stay around... Oh, first Silencer perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah, Silencer's very dead. And he'll burn out to Dust, who is obliterating this game at the moment. Mid-Venge, put it in your queue line because you're going to be trying it soon.
Yeah, it's not the first time though, right? Like I remember back in the day, Thompson was playing Mid-Venge. If you remember, and it worked. Like he would go for Butterfly very fast, and it looked really damn strong. He's top now, Dolme.
Yeah, he's got swap. There's no way really he can go anywhere else. He doesn't have a level 6. He doesn't have the Primal Roar. Magic Missile just hurts, and well, there's the Stifling Dagger to get a kill for Emo, and Dust moving around, albeit not, you know, the normal way, like a Puck or an Ember with like Remnants or an Illusory Orb. He just TPs and goes.
360 damage coming from that Venge. Magic Missile is quite a bit. Keep in mind, usually when you play this Alchemist, you want to have, versus PA, you want to have a good time. You want to come online a little bit faster than her and then just roll the map with Radiant's BKB. He's being Doven right now, like he might die.
Oh, man. Now they're going to go the other way. Blood Grenade, is the damage there? He's kind of tanky and will get the kill on a gun. They also took out Summer, and Dust is going to walk away.
And he lives.
He looks, and he's going to deny the Tombstone. No, he's actually just going to go for DQQ and get a kill with a Magic Missile. That is absurd.
Could have denied the Tombstone, noob. Gets an amazing kill. Yeah, 2 kills on mid lane. At the same time, they've taken down top lane. PA is being brought down low.
Oh, dive bomb and in.
There we go. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good for Holy Grail. At least something. They're on the scoreboard now, at least.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
4K lead.
Yeah, 8 minutes in, 4K lead is quite something.
Yeah, really insane, truthfully. Emo TPing bottom.
I would say it's too much. There's just too many small items. Even if you play the perfect moves right now as Radiant, it will be so difficult for you to fight. There's always going to be that one little tanky item that makes the difference, right? Like a bracer, wraith band, something on the dire side is going to prevent you from having an evenish fight.
So, Emo, I mean, he goes bottom. Now he's got a free lane to work with, right?
Yep. I feel like if you're Holy Grail, your only option right now is to play around this beast. Like he's not super strong, but he's strong enough. He's had a decent lane. He's got Helm of Dominator. He's got a ton of stacks as well to chew through. So just get him a couple of extra levels and go with him. Like that should be the plan, because I don't see the other way they take these fights properly. Silencer is still not 6, not even close.
Yeah, really tough for him to do anything in this, and you know they're already past the Wisdom Rune, right? So what are really your options other than to try and soak something in a lane? But you're in trouble if you do. I like these stacks that are being taken at the moment. Hopefully this works out for Dome to get something going for him.
Yeah, like as a Silencer, you'd most likely like to be mid. Just stick mid and get levels, but how do you do that? These heroes already want to dive you. And there's a swap, remember.
Yeah, they want to dive you, and they've done it to other heroes already. So, like, they're not afraid to just jump in. You show yourself a little bit too far, and you might just die. And Gon, I feel like, kind of noticed that, because there was a step up from Dust there.
Yeah, there's a combo of swap into lasso top lane.
Top lane, they're gonna get the kill there on a DQQ, and well, they can try to chase Dome. They've got lasso, they have the control, they'll pull him back in, and it looks like he's in trouble, but a blood grenade and an arcane curse on a 2. Maybe he gets the right click kill on a QIQX, but you're still not getting PYW. Eventually QIQX dies, but Dome's already gone. Does get him level 6 though.
Lane, there's a stun on Ember. Oh
gosh, yeah, Gon. Ooh. Remnant away. Dark Willow's coming in. And Dust, he's got Magic Missile in a second. Shadow Realm holding it with the Cursed Crown. They'll throw down the Cinder Brew. Now, well, DQQ is in trouble, putting himself into the pig pole, and they've got the swap. They'll get the kill. Zeal will get credit for that.
Yeah, that 50 damage from the swap. The good old change. Coming in clutch, killing off the Dark Willow. At least I mean, this mid lane tier 1 tower is gonna fall, but I guess if you like to look towards the silver linings, they held it for a little while.
Right.
It's not great, but it is something.
But a lot of attention was on that mid tier 1 to keep it alive, right? So now you've got
a relic.
Emo just bottom, farming for free.
Yeah, he's almost completed his Battle Fury. Needs what, like 300-400 gold? Yeah. Meanwhile, Alchemist, he has his relic, but it's not really the position that you want to be in. You'd rather be way ahead. Of course, you'd rather be way ahead, but you should be way ahead, I should say.
They're smoking top. Nobody's here. Like, nobody's there for IG.
I guess they need to open up the map a little bit. So smoke up top, push with Beastmaster. Let's see if they do it. Do you like the change to smoke? I mean, second-hand smoke is a thing, really.
I love that they use that terminology for it.
Did they? They did, right?
Global Silence and Summer able to TP out as he was spotted, but that's global defensively. They get a tier 1 top, but yeah, TP's come in, Bramble Maze is used, and now Gon is around with the rest of his team, but they've got the Primal Split. Drop down the Tombstone. Gone with a slight Wave of Terror, and there's the Remnant out.
Someone is going to die. There's the Storm Spirit. Yeah.
They've got the Cyclone. They should be able to get somebody out of this. There's a Radiance for an Alchemist if he wants to come into the fight. Okay. They've chased pretty far. They haven't gotten anything from it.
Yeah,
well,
nice retreat.
God missed the Searing Chains. They're actually not even going to get the Bramble Maze. They throw the stun. It's on a QIQX, and eventually he dies.
Hey, that was really nice from Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Maybe a small bit of miscommunication between the Panda and the Venge. Like, they could have kept the silencer in the air a little bit longer for Venge to stun him afterwards, but overall, really nicely done by Holy Grail. Retreating to the tier 1 tower, punishing them back when they started overcommitting. I liked that move.
Yeah, so did I. I really think that they pulled back successfully, and it's... we talked about it, at least me and Lacoste did in the previous series, where it's like these tier 1.52 cusp teams, they do a lot of things really well. It's just there are certain things that hold them back from winning games, right? But moves like that are why these teams are always like on the edge of Div 1.
Yeah, it's true. They just have to break through some mental barrier on what they need to do at every single point in the game to win it. I feel like that's sometimes the case, and the other time the case is just you get outskilled in the laning stage. You know, just the laning stage is way too difficult for you. If you lose it hard enough, just playing the game is much harder. You're playing with one of your arms tied behind your back, so...
Never easy, that's for sure.
I know what it was for me. Like we could win lanes, we could be in a good position, but you would drop that lead very often because you find yourself in this state in which you're unsure 100% what's supposed to happen on the map, and the better team is always going to punish you for it.
Oh, for sure. We just saw that in the previous series with Aster.Aries. It 2 AK leads. It was tough for them. Primal Roar with the global silence. Look at the damage coming out of that PYW. They'll try to TP out on Dolme. They get the kill out of PYW, meaning they can't stop this TP. Was never able to get that lasso off, and Dolme's able to survive.
Yeah, Dolme playing really well this game. He's the only one really that had a good lane, sort of a good laning stage. He got all those stacks as well. Highest net worth after the Alchemist on his team, like really keeping up.
Alchemist doesn't feel like he's far enough ahead, though.
Of course he's not, right?
Still old Alchemist feelings, right? Like when Grievel's Greed wasn't just this innate spell.
No, I think you're right. Overall, I still think that he should be in a bit of a better position at the moment.
So... see what he's able to accomplish now, and he's still tied here with this Phantom Assassin, who's almost got the Deso, and I believe has the gold, yeah.
That's it. I feel like if you want to be very careful as IG, you could wait for the BKB or some defensive item on PA, but I don't think that's emo gameplay. I think what we're going to see is a very fast smoke up. They're going to pressure a tier 1 top or even go for rush with the Deso completed. It's going to be one or the... Wait, the courier emo. Wait, the courier emo.
No!
Now the courier has to take the trip as well.
Okay, there we go. That's cool. I didn't know couriers could warp through the gate.
Can I be honest?
You know.
Can I be honest?
Yeah, go for it.
My courier would always fly across the map as well. It would be like, yeah, I guess I have to wait for him on the other side.
This is a good move, though. Go right up to Roche, smoke out of it. Do they have another smoke ready to go? Yeah, they do, actually, on QIQX. I wouldn't be surprised to see them just go straight out and go.
Yeah, you have that Aghanim on Venge. PA now with the Aegis, that's your defensive item, right? Like you don't need a BKB, you don't need anything like that. You just go smoke up. They're so ready, like the net worth wise, they're not that far ahead, but you're playing versus Alchemist, it's to be expected.
Yeah, and Beastmaster, he's a pretty good farmer as well. We should be able to get a kill here onto the Silencer. Emo will get his first 2 charges into the Desolator. And they're still looking. DQQ on the run, though. PYW is not going to be able to catch anybody else. And it's just that one for now as Dolme gets that credit for the tier 1 tower over mid.
Yeah, what can they do besides killing the Silencer? I feel like it's not enough, right? Like if you're IG right now, you're in full control. getting something more tier 1 top lane. That's what it looks like. That's what they're rotating to. You have kind of like, so what's your option? If you're Holy Grail, you have the BKB on Alchemist. He's not even building into a blink now. He's just going straight for AC. I think that's decent. You're gonna buy that plate mail, get some armor. Versus the PA, it will help you out a bit at least.
They've got to use their timing right, though. Because I think if they lose a pretty significant fight, like, the progression from Summer just slows down too much.
No, for sure. What can they do, though? Like, you have global, but you're playing versus an Aegis, so if you use that global smartly, I think it's maybe possible to take a decent fight. But
Kana's a remnant, but is that his only one? No way, right? Lasso, it doesn't even matter. They just get the kill. I didn't think they were going to have that complete control, but Lasso was more than enough, and Emo gets the kill onto this Ember who's just playing with fire by going in and sliding.
yeah, that's your level 15 PA. It's a lot of damage that she's carrying, so it's not a simple escape for Ember. If you get critted once or twice, you're probably dead in that one single lasso. That's one of the reasons why Alchemist is buying straight AC and not some initiating tool first.
Wait, is there anything you'd like to see right after this, AC?
I'd still like to see a blink, I guess, but I'm not sure that's what we're gonna see, because he feels that he's in a spot in which he can't be the one jumping in anyway, right? Like they're way too far behind. So I feel like he'll still go just for full tank up and right-click damage. Not sure exactly what it will be. There are options.
This 3K net worth like spot right now is bottom lane. It looks like PYW might fall. Sleight of Fist coming through as well as a remnant, but he's got a blink, so actually can't stick with him. He's able to salve himself and survive. He's picked up a Philosopher's Stone to go for a Lincoln's next, so he should be pretty safe as well.
Yeah, I think that Lincoln's is for the PA, right? Most likely. Or for the Brewmaster. Just throw it on them, make sure that they can use their spells before Roar owns them.
Look at how far behind Ember is from PYW now that he picked up that shard from the Tormentor.
Yeah, he's kind of far behind almost everyone on the map. He did get the plate mill off his zone as well. He wants to be at least surviving through that lasso.
Drink will get the shard, or DQQ will get that shard. So that upgraded Cursed Crown. But look at where IG are playing. They smoked, and Emo's going to end up showing himself to the bottom tier too, but they want to see if anybody's going to respond to this aggression on the tower. Nobody does. They just let this tier 2 fall for free.
I don't think you could. There's just absolutely, yeah, it's one of those hardest towers to defend when you're behind. Plus you're playing versus so many dispositional tools, like you have Venge with the Nether Swap, you have Lasso. You're just asking for problems if you try and fight that. No, right now this game feels honestly kinda a waiting game for Holy Grail. Just farm up the Alchemist as much as you can and hope for the best when they start pushing. By the way, the next item that he queued up is a Blink. I guess it can work. Like if you get on top of that PA together with Global, maybe you can take her down fast enough. You have Global.
Is the follow-up enough, though? Like, is it just on the Alch? Like, is a Blink really the move if it's just you? I guess you've got Beastmaster, but that's your one, too. That's it.
Even if they kill her, I feel that it could be a problem afterwards, because you have a Brewmaster, right? Like, he's the one that you should be controlling usually. Just kill him before he manages to split, but I think that's very hard to ask from them. Like you said, he's alone jumping in there if he goes for the Blink.
And that could be a very big issue, because if you have no follow-up, I think you're not going to win that fight. Right now, Phantom Assassin now has this BKB, and I believe Basher flying out. So 23-minute Battle Fury Deso BKB Basher for this PA.
Yeah, here we go. Another smoke. Time for Silencer to run in. Come on. Come on, SJ.
And they found one. They've got the lasso. The Global's not in time to stop the lasso, but now goes into the Shadow Realm trying to TP out. Will do so. So that lasso doesn't get them a kill, but QIQX willing to just run forward and die to this Primal Roar. Dome gets credit for that kill, and he's trying to get the kill into Dust. Gotta remember, Dust has that Ags. He could turn this around. He throws out that stun. And with 2 heroes down to the side of IG, yes, they have that illusion, but IG didn't get what they wanted out of this fight.
I expected this to be way better
go back
for
in.
IG, yeah. Even though they're rushing high ground, they don't have vision on it. It's not easy. There's no Dark Willow, so I expected them to be kind of, stronger. But Undying fell way too fast. And Vengeful, with that swap, just put herself completely out of position.
Yeah, not great at all. And does have that shard for that double magic missile, but even then, I feel like the positioning from QIQX was kind of way too forward as well.
Yeah, and the fact that PA just didn't want to commit, right? I think that's...
Which is so out of character.
Yeah, very out of character.
We've been talking about it all game, that Emo is one of those guys that really likes to just jump in and go, and he doesn't do it there.
He's a reformed man. We all grow older. We learn things. He's patiently waiting for his next item. There's a Satanic coming up. Rosh may respawn in a second, so that's another thing to look out for. Actually, a very early Rosh.
Do you just play it safe if you're IG? Because, like, even though you lost that fight, you didn't exactly lose a lot in the net worth, and that's also because of the fact that you've got Emo who's just continuing to farm so fast.
Yeah, he is. And now the question is, does Holy Grail contest Roshan? Because I feel that they will. They have Aegis, they have smoke, they have control of this area, so there's a place to smoke up and connect to Rosh Pit fast enough. Let's see, they are converging. Yeah, let's go.
Emo needs to get up there.
LFG.
LFG. I'm a big LFG guy.
The problem now is, though, IG have a better position. The Tombstone could be on the high ground.
If it goes up right by the gate, I think it's the perfect spot. Mm-hmm. But you don't want to use it too early, because then Holy Grail just run away, right?
Exactly. And like Holy Grail, they don't have a way to just go in and take someone out with lasso or swap like Venge and Batrider can do. So they have to kind of brute force the fights with Alchemists jumping in, which is very difficult when the enemy is on the high ground the way they are.
I love this move, coming all the way around. Bramble Maze up into the high ground. That actually locks up the Phantom Assassin. Now they're going to pop that ult from Summer. The Global Silence comes out. They've got themselves, there's Hogs dropping down. They've got the damage going into the Phantom Assassin. He's going to die so fast. Emo's going to be forced to buy back. And he's only buying back knowing that there's a chance of this Roche. If he's able to win this fight and able to survive, they're able to get themselves their hands on the Aegis. P is going to be able to go off on this one. They've got themselves a swap as well as the damage coming into Summer. They get the kill to the Alchemist. There's the last one to land on the Dome. They'll take out this Beastmaster, and that should grant them this Roche. But on the other side of it all, Gone. He's running, but they've got the Cyclone. They're not committing to him, though. They just want to go for the Aegis.
They could have. The only remnant that he's got is right next to the gate, so they actually could have continued chasing him. But yeah, better just take the Aegis. So it still looks like IG are happy with what happened. Now they have a Lincolns as well to pop on that PA. It was a really nice move from Holy Grail. I gotta give it to them. Like, they moved all the way, they shimmied them, right? Like, they went left and then they came from the right, jumping the high ground. Unfortunately, it just isn't good enough when the PA can just TP back in. Buy back, TP back in. Fight another.
Yeah, they run out of steam, right? Like, because that is theory proving that fight. At least there it was, that they could kill the PA, single him out and get that kill.
It was. I feel like as long as they have global, it is possible until she gets that satanic, which is what she's got 3k gold already.
Now.
Yep. After the
Basically.
buyback, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just unfortunate, I would say. Because I think that was a really great fight from Holy Grail.
It's just a difficult position to be fighting in. You're popping the BKB as well on Alk, right? So you're kind of going all-inning on the first phase of the fight. Well, guess what? There's buybacks. There's the second phase when PA comes back. And then Vengeful doesn't even need the buyback because there's the Aghanims, right?
Maybe they were banking on Emo playing old school style where he buys out and doesn't hold buyback. Because that would have been it. That would have been the victory. But now they've got that Aegis.
Those were the days. 30 minutes in, GG.
Or even, what was it, like Tour 1, right? Where Dust made that dive on the Bat Rider, and then all of a sudden, Emo wasn't holding buyback.
Yeah, you remember the Kaka GGs around the tier 2 on bottom lane? Like, just suddenly, yeah.
As Lion, like the
As Lion, or I think like Shadow Shab in 1 or 2 games as well.
Do you remember the one? It happened right at the bottom of the steps in the top tier 3 Radiant area,
Of
right
course.
by where
Yeah,
it says
yeah,
Holy Grail. The Blink Ravage, before he was even on the ground, they called GG.
GG, I remember that one as well. I've witnessed some glorious GGs with you. The one right here where Venge is with the Centaur in the last season. Like
Yeah.
that one beats everything though.
Gosh.
The tip on your own player.
And then calling GG. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It feels like a waiting game here for Holy Grail, because obviously they don't want to fight under the Aegis. Knowing they could take out Phantom Assassin once, if he doesn't have that Aegis on Emo and doesn't have that buyback available, there's definitely a chance turning the game around. Beastmaster's pretty farmed.
Do you
It
like
feels
the,
like so much is on Emo.
do you like the Wild Hawks on Beast? Like,
They're so weird.
yeah.
They don't make sense to me anymore.
2 hawks circling around you, protecting the beast.
Protecting or waiting for him to die so they can eat the carcass. That's what it looks like.
What the hell is wrong with you, man?
I mean, that's what it looks like. That's what vultures do.
No, they're scouting for enemies. There's a
Sure.
there's a good TV, like a Netflix show you should watch. It's Primal called. It's like a cartoon.
Yeah, it was on Adult Swim. It's really good.
Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. Beastmaster reminds me of the main character.
And the dinosaur.
Yeah.
That's like the primordial Moon Girl and Devil Dino.
Yeah.
Bottom tier 3.
Satanic Zone. So yeah, there's only 1 minute left on the Aegis. So if they can
They're waiting for
survive,
the timing, yeah.
exactly. If they can survive not fighting through that, it would be pretty big.
Just dagger. Magic missiles coming out. And there's the jump from Summer. They finally go to the global silence. They're going to have the Terrorize land onto 2 of these heroes. It's onto the Bat Rider. Dust is going to die. PYW is going to be next. They'll get the Bat Rider out of the fight. Emo's trying to fight with a Lotus Orb on him. So Summer. And they'll take the Aegis away. They really would have loved that timing to come through. But Zeal, now I believe down to 1 Panda left. Another life here for Emo, trying to fight back. Gon's going to take a lot of damage, but they still can't get the kill onto the Ember Spirit. Cyclone up into the air, onto the Alchemist. They'll take out Domain. Now everything's kind of falling apart a little bit. They've got the swap to pull back Emo. Zeal going in, Curse Crown on him. There's the magic missile, stifling dagger. Summer getting low, reflecting the stun with the Lotus Orb. They'll get the kill to Summer. He doesn't have buyback, and they're right on the throne. As this is going to be IG looking like they put this one away, especially with no buyback available on Summer.
Yeah, there's a tier 2 on mid lane though, so I don't
He
think
could take tier 4s, right?
I don't think you have enough time for that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think you go for tier 2s. Still a pretty solid defense by Holy Grail, honestly. Yeah,
Again, they take out the PA.
They lost. If they could have delayed it a little bit longer, I think the fight would have been much, much better for them. Imagine if PA doesn't have the Aegis, right? But yeah, in the end, I feel there was some miscommunication regarding the Lotus Orbs. I feel that it should have been casted on the Alchemist a little bit earlier when he was out of position. It got wasted a couple of seconds before that, though.
Does IG just stay here? They've got cheese on Emo. But again, Global not available for 14, but that's going to line up with Alchemist respawning. They really backed it up.
Nice
I'm sorry, I called it too early. Yeah.
No, it's nice discipline. They might fake back it. Do they have a smoke here? Let's see. They do not. They could still go and fight again, because there's cheese. The problem is, like, there's Global, there's Roar. Everyone is back up on Holy Grail. They could take down your PA this time, for real. No
And he
cap.
hasn't died since, so his death timer would be almost 2 minutes.
There's a healing
he doesn't have
Lotus on the
buyback.
ground. It's next to Dust on the mid lane. There's a healing Lotus. They're just ignoring it. No one wants the Lotus.
Just got to pick it up and use it. It's just a regular healing Lotus.
Maybe they just want to grow with there, you know.
They need to get block of cheese. Get all those healing Lotuses up.
Did you watch Slack's Lorgasm?
I have not watched it yet. I want to sit down and like, I almost want to, because it's a long video. I almost want to like pop some popcorn and.
I literally never watched that in my life until this one. And now I watched it like a few days ago.
What are your thoughts? What would you give it out of 10?
Still Slacks, right? So very annoying. And then, I'm kidding.
Oh my god,
It was.
that's your co-host.
It was great. I enjoyed it. Like interesting things that he's talking about, Lotus pools and Lotus orbs and the direction in which the game is going. Like he's got some nice points, not necessarily only lore related.
I'll have to take a watch. A listen, a gander. See what gets said from the wise mouth of Slacks
The wisest
into my disciplined ears.
of all the Slacksers out there.
I forgot what it was. What somebody called you during one of the Bali post shows. It was like your fan base or something like that. I forget what it was. It was hilarious, the word that was used. I really wish I had a good brain.
I can't remember as well, and I was there, so
And I swear it had everybody laughing so hard. 13,000 net worth lead, by the way.
it's a solid lead.
Faroche, minute left. This is giving out like ample time. He's got Abyssal now. Like the control is there.
This is probably the best fight that they can take because there's no buyback on PA just yet. They don't know it for sure, but they kind of should know it, seeing her items.
Yeah, short a little bit of gold. The Global Silence is going to come out, and they're going to try and go for this one. The Lotus Orb is going to be on a Dome. They look over at PYW. PYW had used that last, so they get the kill on a PYW first. He's going to buy back. Dome with BKB running out in just a moment. The Curse Crown goes off. That's going to stun up too, but with the BKB pop by Emo, he's able to put his damage on to Dome. So they'll take out the Beastmaster, and now Emo no BKB, but needs to find a target. The attention was on Nagan for a second, but deeper in, Summer's in trouble. He's all by himself, and the damage is there. They'll get the kill onto the Alchemist. He doesn't have buyback again, as another Cyclone hits onto SJ, and so do the swords of this Phantom Assassin to slice him in half.
Yeah, that was probably the best chance that they could have asked for.
Ooh, they just called GG like that.
Yeah, it didn't work. Like, this game is over. You lose that fight, the game is done because they have an opening for Rosh. You can't reach it on time. Like, overall, Holy Grail, nothing to be ashamed of. They had some